let me get on Twitter and like make sure. And then I'll upload this. I think it's going to be on the Torque/Ronstadt Digital Community YouTube. But I will also put it on mine. I'm sorry if you hear my children.
They are allowed to exist.
I suppose. Okay. Make sure my... All right. Someone just found a place in Virginia that's called Torque.
So
Total Oral Rehab Center. Spelled the same way,
I think
though.
like a town or something.
Oh, no. It's like a office space. Hello. Yeah. What's your... I want to know what this person's Discord name is because I feel like they're in our Discord, but I don't know your name in there. All right.
Who are you?
So I know. So I think I asked you this in Ohio. Hi, Jeff. Oh, okay. It's our little troll friend.
Uh-oh.
He spelled my name with an I. Hey, Jeff. Sorry. So I think I asked you this in Columbus. So you said you started going by Kat semi recently?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Either one is okay though.
Awesome. So hello. Good day, everyone. This is Kat. We actually met last summer because she spoke at Render when I got to I was emceeing the room she was in, the stage she was on. And I heard her talk for the first time and she was hilarious. We had like iced coffee adventures beforehand.
That's right. Alyssa DoorDashed us iced coffee at the last minute because we hadn't been able to find any on the way over. We came over and Alyssa and I were both completely like caffeine deprived.
Yeah. I think I was in the same boat too, because I think like a coworker a current coworker, a friend back then was like saying, "Do you need coffee?" And I was like, "Yes," but then I never got it. So I was very grateful. I was very grateful that y'all hooked it up.
Absolutely.
Yes. I know, Lucas, you were super quiet at that time. Yes, Roxy with an I is as bad as a head pat. No one's allowed to pat my head. But anyway, that's how Kat and I met. And can you tell us more about yourself, Kat?
Yeah, absolutely. So I am a senior design developer advocate for Kendo UI at Progress. And I think of what else is worth saying. I'm located in North Carolina, do a lot of conference speaking and podcasts and blog writing and book writing, and it's been fun. And yeah, kind of have had a bit of a meandering career and gotten to do a lot and wear a lot of hats and try a lot of things out. So I feel very lucky.
Yeah. And if y'all ever get a chance to see Kat speak, you should, because she's hilarious. Because I was just reading through your LinkedIn and you even like made the joke about keeping back-end developers away from CSS. And we actually have, we have, and I don't know if he's able to be here. Hey, Nick. I don't know if he's able to be here, but we have a community member that's like super, like he's our little CSS guru in Torque.
Nice.
But yeah,
so I think it's interesting. I know everyone hates to write CSS, but that was one of my favorite things, always and still.
Yeah. So I guess since we're talking about your path, can you kind of get into that?
Yeah. So when I did my undergrad degree a number of years ago that we're not going to say out loud. I went to school for studio arts and graduated with a concentration in graphic design, and figured that was fully what I intended to do for the rest of my career. I started working at advertising agencies and was doing like print and media design, and liked it. That was not like, I got there and hated it or something, but more and more at that time, which was like early 2010s, digital design and web design were really taking off super quickly. And lots of folks that were, clients of the agency wanted emails and landing pages, and listicles were the big thing then. And
Oh my gosh, listicles.
it's very BuzzFeed era.
Yeah.
They wanted infographics and animated banner ads, and like, I knew like just enough to be dangerous, because I was like one of those people that love to like make my own, GeoCities website. I was a big LiveJournal kid, and like, had tinkered around with HTML and CSS just enough. And so when those projects came in, I was like, oh, I don't mind. Like, I probably know enough to adjust the text in this email, or to like do a basic, list page or something. And the more I did it, the more those projects landed on my desk. And over time, I was doing almost exclusively like digital design work, and almost no like print or, outdoor media or anything else anymore. So kind of did that for a while, and that led to the next job, which was email development. I worked in email development for many years, and then that kind of became my first like software UI job, and it just kind of kept going. And before I knew it, I was doing, senior front end engineer work, and kind of looked back and was like, whoa. And each thing was something that I wanted to do, and it was interesting, and the jobs were like intriguing, and the problems were interesting to me. And so I just kind of kept taking the next step. I really loved the idea of like being able to create and build the things that I designed. And yeah, one thing just kind of led to another, and I feel very lucky.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people, when I look at their LinkedIn, it almost is like you can see where they jumped out of where they were into tech, but I feel
Yeah.
like yours progressed so like fluidly when I was
Each
looking at
step
it.
felt like the natural step. And then see, people would be like, oh, how'd you end up in DevRel? And I was like, I
Totally natural.
believe it or not, I swear each step felt like the natural progression of my career. And then before I knew it, I was so far away from print design, and I had gone back to school. I got my master's in software systems design and engineering, and I've ended up with a complete pivot over the course of, whatever, 15 years or so.
Yeah. What made you want to go back and get your master's? Because that was last year, right?
Yeah, that was super recent. I graduated last year. I it was mostly selfish, I think. I wanted the like validation of a tech degree. I wanted to prove to myself that I could do it. And I was lucky enough to be working at a company that offered education reimbursement. So
nice.
those two things, right? I had the chance to go and to have it covered, and I feel eternally grateful for that.
Yeah,
And
no,
I
that's awesome.
I wanted the piece of paper that said I could do it. So
I mean, if you have the time and the free resources for sure.
yeah, I figured while the stars were all in alignment, I would jump at that chance. So
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. Do you feel like that has, I don't know, changed any part of like how you've been doing things, I guess, in your current role?
in some ways, it was really good, I think, for me to kind of fill in some gaps, because I think that's the perils of being self-taught. I think there's absolutely value. I mean, gosh, that was most of my career in tech was self-taught. I did not ever, sit in a class where someone taught me how to code. But that meant that naturally there were things that I had skipped or missed, or that like had never come up in projects that I had worked on. And it was also really helpful for me because I was getting my degree in like software systems design. It forces you to kind of look at the whole picture. And so much of my career had been super focused on the front end. And the only places, I mean, to the extent where you're like, writing APIs and stuff and understanding how that integrates with the backend. But when you're thinking about the entirety of a system, that was really helpful to me to have the like formal education there. And it was good to be, I don't know, challenged.
Oh yeah,
it was
no, totally. Yeah.
it was good to sit in a class where I was like, man, I'm gonna have to work at this one. So I took a database class and had to do a bunch of like SQL, and I was like, it's not for me. I'm glad I learned it. Sometimes you do a thing and it just teaches you what you don't want to do. So
Yeah. No, yeah.
for me, that's SQL.
Yeah. That's awesome though. That's congratulations, because that is a big deal. What I guess like well, leading into this question, what's your greatest challenge, I guess, whether it was, going back to school or I don't know, in like something daily or something that you kind of have to summon the courage or like the willpower to do, that's either part of your job or, like I said, if it has to do with going back to school or anything.
I think for me, I always joke that I think I'm the most introverted DevRel out there. So I enjoy talking to people and I enjoy making those connections. And also, I find it exhausting. And so, yeah, it's such a mix of like, I love being at a conference and I love getting to connect with people and hear what they're working on and this and that. And also, sometimes the thought of a speaker's dinner is so exhausting that I have to drag myself out of my hotel room to go do it. And by the end of a trip like that, I am always just completely spent and I need like 24 to 48 hours of silent couch time to recover and bounce back.
Oh yes. Nick. No, I feel that. I feel like I usually, even if I'm not speaking, I feel like I have to like go and take a little hotel break.
Yes.
Just to like decompress and then every once in a while you do have to be like, okay, you can't just stay in here the whole afternoon. You have to go back.
You gotta rally. I'm always trying to make plans with people that will force me to leave the hotel room again, because I know if I get back and I like get comfortable, it's all over for me. And if I've not promised someone that I will see them somewhere at a specific time, it's not happening.
Yeah.
So
that's true. Yeah. And Nick, I'm surprised. I mean, I guess I shouldn't be surprised, but yeah, like Nick's super extroverted. It's good to know that even the like super seemingly high energy folks need breaks too.
Yeah. No, ironically, speaking feels like almost the easiest part. That's the part I've prepared and I know exactly what's going to happen and when. Like that is, you get 30 to 45 minutes of completely scripted and pre-planned time. Everything else is the hard part.
Yeah. And so what's your process for writing your talks? Because I don't know, I feel like they're just so comical. And so, like I try to add some humor, but I don't know, like your jokes are just so good. So I just wonder what your
Thank you.
your process is.
First off, I'm relieved because when I'm writing them, I'm always like, I think this is funny. I hope other people do too. Yeah. I think the thing that I've learned is most different is that I will write out every single word of a talk. Like there's a full transcript before I ever get on stage. And I think a lot of people they feel much more comfortable, I think, with like an outline and getting up and being able to kind of riff and improvise and go, and answer questions and this and that. But I don't know, I really think of it as, a performance, I guess, a script. That's something that I've completely drafted out. And I think that's part of where the jokes come in also, is that it's much easier when you've written them in and you know exactly where that's going to go. And there's a slide here that backs this up. And like, it's almost, I joke that it's sometimes, 20 to 30 minutes of captured audience stand up. No one can escape.
Yeah. So you're reading from your notes?
Yeah.
Okay.
I always have
Because
a yep.
thinking
Theater
back,
Kids
like,
Unite called
yeah.
out. I was definitely a competitive public speaking kid in high school.
So that's actually like so good to hear because I keep thinking I need to like memorize mine, but I've
Yeah.
tried to write it in my tone, like exactly how I would speak it. And so
Yep.
I guess hearing that you do that too, and how I was like, "Oh my gosh, she's so funny." And like thinking back, I'm like, I do remember you looking down, but like
Yep.
it didn't hit me until now that you said that.
No, I will always, when I present, it's like my laptop has my notes on it, and I just extend the screen so that
Yeah.
the slides are on the like second desktop or whatever.
Yeah, because I
And I'm
remember
just
you were like,
looking. Yeah.
because
No,
in
go ahead.
Columbus, in Columbus, whenever they had that issue with the
Yeah.
oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah, we got through it. But
Yeah.
they had to bring me a second computer because mine wouldn't like
Yeah, that's
connect.
right. Yeah, because I was even like, "I think you can use mine, but, like, you want your own."
I've got all my stuff on there. Yeah.
And it was just that giant screen. Oh my gosh, yeah. But it was
Yeah. Star Trek is a lot of fun with the movie theater screen. It's a lot.
yeah, it
But
was r Star Trek was really cool. I'm so glad that I was able to make it there.
yes,
And,
too.
we got to hang out too, so that was fun. And you
Always fun.
did. You were, like, out, but you were like, "I might need to head home soon." I was like or head back soon. Like, "I understand, it's fine."
It's only taken me 5 years of being a DevRel, but I'm finally good at drawing a line and setting a boundary and being like, I have a 9 o'clock bedtime. Goodbye.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
that's good, and I feel like maybe it might be in my future, but I think the last time at Cascadia, it was difficult because I didn't wanna, like, go to my hotel by myself, and there were, like, 2 people in our group that were staying there too, so I was like, "Let's see if I can just, like, hang in until they're ready to go."
yeah.
And I'm just like,
No,
I'm fine,
I feel like
guys."
there's so much of that kind of calculation that happens. I would also say, especially as a woman on the road traveling by yourself, there's a whole other like, well, if I stay out this late, then it'll be dark, and then am I comfortable walking back to my hotel by
Yeah.
myself? And if I'm here at this party, who else do I know? And it's just I don't know.
Yes.
You kind of figure it out, and the more people you meet, the more comfortable you get. But I remember those first few years were tough of kind of figuring out that balance for myself and like, what am I comfortable with, and who do I know here, and where can I go, and how late should I be out, and can I take a cab
Yeah.
from here, or
No, totally. Because I feel like it's, I for the most part, I try to have, like, a group or, like, a conference buddy or something, but every once in a while, you wanna go or you go for work or you want to go to a different
Yeah,
conference, just to explore it, and it's good not to know people because then you meet so many people, but at the same time, it's like, "Well, dang it, man," like, like, I wanna be able to, like, walk somewhere with not by myself, it's just
right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yay, being a woman.
Right. No,
Yeah.
it's just all part of the calculus, and how many drinks is it? Is it comfortable or safe for me to have here? And
Yeah.
yeah, it's all.
Yeah, it
Yep,
was funny
exactly.
when
As
the
Wendy
first
kind of
time I
says.
went out with, my new coworkers, they were like, "Oh, just so you can feel safe with us if you wanna drink, whatever." And I was like, "Oh." Like, because anytime I travel, I try to, like, play it completely safe, and,
Yeah.
so it was just like, "Oh, I mean, thanks, I probably won't, but thank you for saying that." Like, "Thanks for offering to let me
Yeah.
get sloshed, and you'll take care of my No, but, I'm glad that we kind of touched on, I guess, like, your DevRel travel as a woman, but I don't know, I guess, like, do you have, like, routines for that or, when you travel, whether you're speaking or I know at, Magnolia, you were, like, working the booth.
Yep. So what? Just sorry, I'm making sure that I get the question. Is
Oh, yeah, sorry.
routines for like travel generally, or
Yes,
for
yeah, so when you're traveling for work, whether you're speaking or working the booth, like, how do you sort of prep for that? What are your favorite aspects? What are your, I guess, least favorite?
um? Ooh, I like to think I've gotten pretty good at it. I have become one of those people that travels with like an extra of everything now. I'm like a walking pharmacy, and there's always like, oh, you need an extra like dongle to connect your laptop. I've got that. That's in my huge pack of wires, and I've got oh, a notebook and a pen for sure. And there's stuff that just like never comes out of my suitcase anymore because I traveled so much that the packing and repacking is not worth it. So you kind of get that kind of patter down, and you get better. You start to form opinions about airports, which is a terrifying place to be as a human being.
Yeah.
And before you know it, you're like, I have to connect through there, like, which makes you the most boring person in the world to have a conversation with. When the opinions you
No,
have are
it's
about
funny
like
because
the
I've
Chicago
started noticing.
airport.
Yeah, no, I've started noticing stuff like that. And so then I was like trying to change my my return flight to try to go through the same airport that I liked, but and
Yep.
not one that I didn't.
Exactly.
That's funny.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. And I guess the other thing I got to was like when I first started, I was like, I'm gonna be the most efficient traveler and packer in the history of time. Like I'm gonna be so good, and I'll get this down to like just exactly what I need. And like, no, if you travel that much, it's better to have your creature comforts. Bring everything with you. I will happily make room in my bag for like a heating pad or a small travel speaker or like whatever is gonna make it not suck to be in a hotel room for a week. Like bring it with you. There's no shame in that game.
Yeah, I that's a good point, because whenever I was traveling with Torque and it was like longer than just 3 days, I definitely wish that I had my big suitcase and not my carry-on that didn't fit all the things I wanted.
It's worth it. Don't let anyone talk you out of overpacking. Overpacking is the answer. You should always be overpacking.
Yeah, man, I love my giant suitcase.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, weird. I would just go to the hotel gym.
Yeah, right.
Ordering kettlebells.
I did buy
dedication.
a packable yoga mat that I could bring with me. I've reached that point.
That's hilarious. No, I'm not. I don't know. I don't know what the weirdest thing would that be. Your weirdest thing that you pack
that I've ever bought? Oh, I don't know. I don't think that. And I think I'm just biased. I'm like, I don't feel like that's super weird. I brought that.
No, it's
I bring
not.
a
I don't
pad all the time. That's my
your heating pad.
Yeah, man. Have you been on a plane for a long time? Yeah, I did bring one internationally and not think about it and absolutely fry it because the voltage did not work out. So,
no.
Or went out. Domestic travel tip only.
Good to know. I do have a heating pad, but I've never thought about traveling with it.
10 out of 10.
So speaking of your heating pad, what other kinds of support systems do you have in place? Like, I guess with all your traveling and everything, because I know you have, is it one dog or two dogs?
One dog.
You have. Okay. Yep. Yeah. So I'm just wondering, like, what does that look like with going back and forth from home? What's your support system look like? Does it ever kind of make you tired? And I don't know. You have a bad day.
Certainly. I've had plenty of bad days on the road. Let's see. Let's start with first support system. I'm married. My husband is fantastic. And that's one of those, when I took this job, I knew it was going to be more travel than I'd ever done before for work. And we just kind of sat down and like talked it out. Like, is this okay? And is this something that, you're comfortable with and I'm comfortable with? And still I will not, vet seems like the wrong word because I'm not like asking permission to go on a work trip, but like we're a partnership and we approach life together. And if I'm going to be on the road, then I want to make sure that those days work for him. And like, what can I do to make sure I'm not just like up and out of here and leaving you holding everything at home? So yeah, I still kind of approach it that way. Like we're, two parts of a unit. And if I'm going to be on the road, then I want to do everything I can to make sure things are moving at home as well. It's a little bit easier for me. I don't have kids. So that certainly makes some of the travel logistics easier, that like, worst come to worst, you can board the dog.
Yeah, no, I feel you. And I have, 3 kids and 2 cats. So luckily my parents are nearby. Yeah. So they can help.
That's super nice. But yeah, and it's gonna put my friends would be like, "Are you here this weekend?" Like nobody knows. But
Yeah.
your world kind of starts to shape around that, and then yeah, it's one of those I come back and want to make sure that I'm dedicating time to like spend back with the folks back home, and like you kind of you figure out a balance, I think, after a while. Um, but yeah, the other part of it for me, you're talking about good days, bad days on the road. And
Or
I
off the road, like
on
just
the road, off the
utilizing your
road.
support system. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. But one of the things I always have to kind of be thinking about is that I have POTS, it's called postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome. It's a chronic illness that is a has to do with your circulation and getting blood back from your extremities up into your heart. And it's a dysautonomia disease, and it's just something I have to keep in mind. Travel can make it very hard, and so there's also this feeling of like, how much can I do that's not physically burning myself out? And when I'm getting back, am I allocating time for myself to physically rest and recover and bounce back? And you know, I'm still working on getting better about asking for the accommodations I need at a conference because I find that very hard. Um, but sometimes it's like, yeah, I don't know that I'm going to be able to stand for an hour to give this talk. I'm going to need a stool, or I'm going to need a podium, or I'm going to need something else to get through this.
Yeah.
And it's just, yeah, just kind of a piece of the puzzle. So,
Is that does the heating pad help with that, or is that just something that you like to have?
it's part of that. You'll talk about
Okay.
POTS folks most often, they call it coat hanger pain because it's along your neck and shoulders. It has to do
Oh,
with
okay.
getting the blood all the way back up to your head when you are standing upright, which my body is not great at.
Okay. Yeah,
So,
no, I've heard of POTS. I just never knew, too many details about it, especially like
yeah,
the standing aspect.
that is unfortunately, yep. We put the postural and
Yeah,
postural
it's the first
orthostatic.
the first
It's the standing up bit,
it's just
unfortunately.
yeah.
If I could give all of my talks horizontal, that would actually be better. Can I request a bed?
Well, yeah, that's hilarious. I mean, it's not, but it is.
It is.
You laugh so
You
you
gotta
laugh so
laugh
you
at it.
don't cry. Such is life.
No, it's
Well, yeah, so obviously glad that you have your support systems in place for
yeah.
that, and I guess that you're getting better at requesting accommodations because yeah, that I mean, it's, I'm sure obviously you like love what you do, so it sucks that like, you have sometimes it causes you pain.
Everyone's got something,
Yeah.
you know.
Oh yes. Oh yes. What do you have? Uh, I think I've heard two of your talks. Do you have any? I know you're speaking at Render again, right?
Yeah, I'm super excited.
Yes. Yes. I saw the what is it? The graphic they put out. Is that one of the ones that you gave already, or do you have something new coming out?
No, that's when I think I've only gotten to give it once before. I'm trying to remember if that's one that you had seen. That's maybe not. Because yeah, I gave it at ViewConf earlier this year. It's called The Life-Changing Art of Being Wrong. And it's about the incorrect assumptions that we make about our users and the ways that that can, impact and cause unintentional harm to them, and what we can do to kind of mitigate that, what we can be thinking of, and like techniques that we can use to try and mitigate that as much as we can when we're building.
Nice. I don't think I've heard that one. The one that I know that I heard
How to ruin
was
a user
the yes,
interface.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
I always joke is a poor representation of my talk, because that one is just 30 minutes of stand up. It's just cracking
Yeah.
jokes back to back to back. It's the best excuse I've ever had to get up on stage and goof around.
Yeah. Well, I have to say it was like definitely the best one to open with. Because I think you were like the first talk at Render last year on whatever
I think I have
stage. I
some
can't remember
kind
when that
of
was.
curse. I'm like always first in the morning. I don't know what I've done karmically to deserve to have to be on stage at 8 a.m.
Yeah.
all the time.
'Cause at Stir Trek, it was the same, right?
Yep.
Yep. Yep.
I'm telling you, I don't know what I've done. I pissed somebody off.
That's funny. Yeah. But at least I feel like it's probably one of the busier time slots, I would think.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd
Hmm.
be curious because I feel like sometimes people trickle in late. If it starts too early, they're not going to get there at 8. I had no idea.
Yeah, I
Now I
don't
want to
know.
see I want to see the statistics on
Yeah,
that.
because I feel like I would trickle in if it was like day 2 maybe, but day
Yeah.
1, I'm usually like we're bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. Let's see. Perusing to see. Um, oh, so I don't know, just kind of back on being a woman for a second. Like, have you ever felt like, I don't know, I guess intimidated by walking into a room full of men? Because I know that, it happens so much now and probably since moving out of design and into um, the code part,
Yeah.
front end and
Sometimes, although more often I think it comes from a place of insecurity for me from not having the like software engineering background. And even though I've been over on this side of things and in tech for a long time now, there's still that part of you that's always like, that wasn't what that wasn't what I started doing, or that wasn't what I thought I'd be doing. And that feeling of ending up in tech, even though you didn't start in tech, always kind of, I don't know, it stuck with me anyway. That feeling of not being sure if you know enough to be in this room.
no,
Um,
I get it. And I bet that getting that degree kind of helps a lot with that aspect as well.
a little bit. I wish, I think I hoped it would be like a bandage that would fix everything, and it didn't. Spoiler alert, it did not magically fix everything. But yeah, I don't know, that imposter syndrome kind of thing sticks with me, and probably some of that is gender related, and some of that is career track related, and some of that is just a cat thing. But
Yeah.
yeah,
No, I feel that. Not quite the same, but I remember when I was doing middle school math, um, I really wanted to get out because my boss it was not a good time, and I wanted to prove to myself. I was like, I wanted to take the high school test just to prove that, like, if I wanted to, I could go teach high
yeah,
school, whatever. And so I did it just for me, and I didn't end up teaching high school. It did help me out because I got another job thanks to it. But yeah, like it was just something that I wanted to prove to myself. Like, you
yeah,
can study and then you can, go through whatever the highest calculus was. Cause I remember I didn't like calculus. So the fact that I did that, I was just like, oh, made me feel good about myself. Sorry. So Linda's question: any tips on finding your interests and what your next career step might be?
ooh, this is a good question. um I don't know, I guess hmm, I've always just kind of leaned into the parts of my job that I loved the most, and that has naturally opened doors related to that. um it's, I don't want to call it like manifesting, because I don't think it's so much like I thought about this so much that it happened, so much as like when you put your energy and your attention and your time into something, it naturally starts to bear fruit. And so it's like, when I was doing design stuff and I was like, oh, this digital stuff is really interesting to me, that just kept opening opportunities to do more and more web design and email design. And as I was getting into that, and I was like, oh yeah, I really enjoy CSS, and I really enjoy animations, and I really enjoy doing these kind of, banner ads or whatever. That just kept opening more and more opportunities for me to do that, to do more advanced websites, and advanced websites kind of turned into, web applications, and web applications turned into, component libraries and design systems. And it's like, oh, I love this part. I love the design part of front end engineering. And the more I did that, the more people saw that and were interested and were like, oh, you kind of become a subject matter expert at the things you're most interested in. Um, and I feel like to this day that's still happening. In DevRel, I've gotten to do so much kind of user research and connecting to communities and hearing what's working for people and what's not. And my role has shifted to be more of that kind of, yeah, user research and, studies and advisory boards and usability testing and, more and more feedback about what we're making and how we can make a better product. And that's become something that's really interesting to me. So it just, I don't know, the ball just keeps rolling. And I think if you are lucky enough, especially to be in a place that will support those kind of interests and exploration. And I think I mean, I say I'm lucky all the time, but I really think I am to have landed in so many jobs and to have managers and bosses that are willing to say, you've been really interested in this and you've been good at this. Would you like this project? Would you like to take ownership of that? Would you like to try your hand at this? So yeah, and there's a whole world of like open source and, you know, opportunities out there. And if you're not finding it in the role that you're in now, I've found that there's always a project out there that would be happy to have your expertise. So
That's a good idea. For sure. So it just, I don't know. I feel like you are so good at listening to yourself and what you want, you know, to where, like I said, it's just like your career path and everything just flows so naturally. Amelia. Well, yeah. Is there anything that we haven't touched on that you wanted to cover? I know I kind of at the last minute sent you what I could possibly ask about.
no,
If
I
I
was happy to
screw up
just
the
kind of
flow and
be
everything.
for the ride and just chat with
Yeah.
chat with you about whatever whatever came up and let it flow naturally. So
Yeah.
no, unless
No.
there's other
Awesome.
questions or anything, which I'm happy to answer. But
Yeah. And I know I'll see you at Render and then probably sometime else in the fall because I feel like there's 5 million conferences in the fall.
yeah, I know I'll be at Render and then KCDC
That's
and
right.
I'm trying to think. I feel like there's one more, and then I'll be at React Summit in New York.
Oh, yeah.
So hopefully I'll overlap with you and some of y'all in the audience as well.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I don't think. I think I asked you about CYC before.
Oh,
Commit your
not
code.
CYC. No.
And I know you're in Asheville. Do you go to All Things Open?
I have not had the opportunity to go to All Things Open.
Okay.
Downsides of working for a company that does not build something open.
That's right.
I have massive FOMO every single year when All Things Open comes around and I see everybody else's posts about it. But that's just like, man, I don't have any open source things to talk about, or you know, we're not building an open source thing. So
Yeah. Well, hopefully you and Linda will run into each other one day.
yes, that would be lovely.
But thank you so much for chatting with us and sharing your story.
Thank you for
And I'm
having me
excited that I
on.
get to see you again. Yeah. And we'll hang out until until a good time where neither of us is too tired.
We'll hang out until a very reasonable 8:30 p.m. and then, then we'll walk each other back to the hotel.
There you go. Thanks,
Exactly.
Nick. Oh yeah, I was gonna say Nick is speaking at All Things Open. But yeah, thank you so much everybody for tuning in, and thank you so much, Kat, for your words of wisdom and your journey. And yeah, I will see y'all later. Bye.